Hey guys, it's Chansey from Plagmanrules here. We're going to try something a little different here today. We're going to take a look at some old stuff I've got here, like some VHS tapes that I have, some old stuff, some stuff I don't think I have an explanation for, but we'll take a look here. First, we're actually going to start here. This is actually in the home room here. We'll do a 360. You can see everything, so yeah, that's stuff you don't normally see. Yeah, so this is actually where you're seeing right now. This is usually what we're filming in here. Usually there's a table or something, but right now it's get that flipped around here. Not a whole heck of a lot there. I'm reading Jaws right now. Anyway, so yeah, actually this actually starts over here with the stuff here. Anyways, looking at old VHS tapes and stuff. Actually, this is all like DVDs and stuff here. Going all the way down, and over here we have DVDs, and then it goes into the TV series. I'm planning on doing something with this later. I don't know. A lot of my stuff is actually at college right now. A lot more DVDs, probably like, I don't know, 20% of them are up at college. Here's some stuff I'm watching recently, some new movies, stuff I've just picked up. So yeah, that's that. This is what I'm talking about here. We've got a couple tapes here. This is one Dumb and Dumber, of course, from the 90s. I don't know where that left off. That's toward the end somewhere. But I think what happened with that is the cover for that one got ripped apart at some point, so we don't have that anymore. Silence of the Lambs is one. I don't know why this is in here. I'd say most of my stuff is over in the closet there, which I'm actually going to show you here in just a second. But yeah, that's one we have intact. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to show here because, I mean, I'm watching like Dark Shadows right now, some old stuff. But I've got like books and stuff here too. I mean, it's kind of like I said, it's kind of a mess right now. College is going to be done here in a little over a month or so. So that's TV I watch stuff on. So yeah, just doing a quick little tour of the room here. Actually, I don't know if you guys are curious about this or not, but let's see, what have we got up on top here? There's some empty. I don't know if you can even see it. I need to get an additional light here to put on top of the camera or something so you can actually see what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, so we've got, well, this goes to an outlet somewhere. Don't know what this is doing here. So yeah, this is like, I don't know if you recognize this or not. Let's get it into the light here. You can actually see it better. This is the episode guide for the Batman TV series, which I have right there. So I don't know, I guess it didn't fit in the box very well, so I kept that separate. Camera case, little vending machine thing. Leonard Maltin's movie guide. That's very outdated right now. Bottle of water, obviously. I don't know what the whiteout's doing there. Anyway, so this is a box set I got. You know, it's one of those, I think it's Mill Creek is the distributor. Something like that. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's Mill Creek or something. They do these 50 horror packs, and this came with 2 of them. So it's 100 movies and 24 discs. That's right, they fit them on 12, I think. And that's a long list of movies. Most of them are public domain crap movies, but what else do we got here? Oh, and there went that. Here we got some collectible cups from Marcus Theaters. This is from a while ago. So you got Tomorrowland and The Last Hobbit movie. 2 kind of crap ones. I mean, not crap, but popcorn bin thing. Nothing but dust in there. A book here, In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash. This is the book that inspired and told the story of A Christmas Story. Haven't gotten to read it yet, but I actually had a family member read that, and they said they really enjoyed it. Yeah, so we got... These are posters. I've had these for, I want to say, 10 to 12 years. At least these 3 here. Well, these two are the oldest ones I have. And I got these first. This is a replacement poster because it was reframed, and when they fix it, it's actually a relative of mine who does a beautiful job with them, all of them. They took it out, and actually the poster ripped, so they just got a new one for me and reframed it. You can there's a kind of a reflection there. Sorry about that. Let's get closer to it here. And then, yeah, there's kind of a bad glare on that. Sorry, but anyway, so that's a cool one. Obviously, Empire and original Star Wars there. This one I got kind of later. Then we've got the 3 Raiders movies. I call them the Raiders movies, Indiana Jones, but yeah, that's a window. There's actually, if we pull this up here, you can see there's kind of like an escapeway here in case there's a fire, because this is in the basement, obviously. But there's no plant life here yet. Eventually I'll have to start pulling weeds and stuff, but this is, since it's underground, it's a way out. But yeah, nothing there. This is a kind of a, Godfather thing, obviously, but, nice there. Here's Temple of Doom. Since it's kind of the weaker of the 3, it kind of goes over here. It's kind of warped there, actually, a little bit, but it still looks, yeah, these look really nice in the frames, though, so I can't really complain too much here. I don't know, well, that's the desk. There's just notebooks and Canada hat and stuff on there. I mean, it's nothing too much to look at. Anyway, so, yeah, obviously TV there, Blu-ray player, etc., etc. Like, when I get all my DVDs and stuff back, because right now I'm missing a lot of stuff. It looks, like there's patches here, like, look at this. Yeah, all the Harry Potter movies are here, because I do them alphabetically. It's like, look at all this empty space. Oh, there it went. Look at all the empty space there. There was like the Friday the 13th movies and stuff I got there. So we're waiting on those to come back. Anyways, up top here we got some more stuff. This I bought in New York. It's just an Empire State Building thing. King Kong. This actually, the King Kong thing up top here. You can see that, okay. That did not come included with the original package. This was actually in a box, the tower, and this was, somebody just threw it on there, and I guess when I bought it they didn't notice or they didn't care, and I got that included. Otherwise it would just be the statue. This is just a lunchbox of Star Wars, identical to the poster, of course. Very nice. This is actually an award I got in high school. It's kind of... It was a film festival in high school, and instead of holding... It was kind of like the version of the Oscars, what we hand out. So it's a Barbie doll. It's actually... and it's not like painted... It's like spray painted gold. So yeah, like takes like, what, $1 to get those. This is a foam finger. I don't even go to school there. I just kept it because it's a foam finger there. Another popcorn thing, just dust in it. If we can go back to... These are actually... there's dust on here. When I play piano, and I actually got 3... And then, without knocking anything over here... You can see it's from 2011. You can see the numbers there. There we go. This thing, it autofocuses, and sometimes it takes forever to autofocus. 6 years. Consecutive superior... ratings, so those are very nice. Okay, that's about all that goes on in here. I mean, we got stuff in the closet. I mean, I don't know. It's mostly just clothes and stuff, but nothing too impressive in here. On top of the dresser, there's like gum and deodorant and stuff. Some more hats. Snacks. This is a book I just bought recently. It's a very recent book from a small independent press. It's just kind of a collection of short stories and memoirs and stuff. Haven't gotten a chance to read. The guy looks a lot like Robert Duvall, doesn't he? A little bit. So yeah, I haven't gotten around to reading that, but that looked really interesting. Okay, so this is you might recognize some of this stuff. These are masks. So that's a... I think I got them flipped around here. It's a Jason one. It's another Jason one. I think they're identical for the most part. What else we got up here? This is a pirate thing, which actually my roommate freshman year gave me that because he had no reason for it. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it. The Freddy gloves back there. You can see that. We got Vader. You can... That's after Phase 2, you know him. That's the classic mask that I rip off all the time nowadays. This is an old Freddy Krueger mask, Yeah. So he's kind of... It's kind of... A lot of this stuff is falling apart, so I can't really use it much anymore. I can get Vader back up there, too. That's a confirmation box or something. I don't know what's in there. Okay, this is kind of a good story here. We've got... if I can... See, this is... I didn't plan on a whole lot of thought into this, so this is just kind of off the cuff here. As you can probably have guessed. Oh, gee, here goes. Yeah, see, this is what happened. So, okay, we got an X-Wing fighter here. He's turned around. This is, obviously, it's a model kit. And the true story here is I bought this when I was, like, in, I want to say, 3rd or 4th grade. And I looked at it, I'm like, cool, so that's something you can put together and paint it and everything. And you play with it, right? No, you don't play with it. It just sits there. So what would happen was I would figure this out. There's this. It used to be in here, but there was a Death Star one, too. I guess we tossed it. Because it got cracked at one point, so we didn't really need it. So what happened was my mom actually put this together when I was a little kid, just for me to kind of play around with stuff, and we decided not to paint it, or we didn't want to paint it, or we didn't have the paint, whatever the story was. But, yeah, I think this is just one of the classic kind of 2000s model things for those, for the X-Wing and so on and so forth. I'm just going to throw these down here. Meantime, nothing special back here except machete. This is actually a machete from Disney, and it's for Indiana Jones, actually. But I used it, I think, as a prop for, like, Jason and stuff. Oh, he's... Thank you for covering that up. Anyway, so this is another kind of Barbie thing from another film festival from high school. This actually, it's here, I think, but I have a Jason costume. This is the rope that goes with it. But this is busted, or I think it's Velcro actually, so it shouldn't be busted. It's just too much for me to deal with, so I just don't mess with it. This is from a long time ago. Actually, let me move this over here to where we can look at it better. So I'm going to flip through it here. This is a James Bond calendar from '07. Actually, now we're talking. 007. Okay. Anyway, so, yeah, you can see I did the same thing there. See, I was thinking ahead on that. So, obviously, January, you got to start with the crappiest one, one of the worst ones. And I wrote down some relatives' birthdays and stuff. Actually, Tomorrow Never Dies isn't that bad. Dr. No, Thunderball. Some of these are foreign posters, like you can see here. Sometimes the foreign posters are better than the American and British and all that release dates and release posters. So, yeah, just looking through here. I would love to have this one framed. This is a beautiful one. Obviously, it's, if you can't tell, it's The Spy Who Loved Me. That looks great. Now, View to a Kill, for whatever reason, when I was younger, this was my favorite Bond film. I can't answer for that now. I can't say the same. For whatever, I think they had all... So, look at the stuff I wrote on my calendar back then. J.R.R. Tolkien died. Okay. That's cool. Here, this was actually my birthday month, and you can see it's written on there. My birthday is October 2nd, and it's actually License to Kill, which I remember when I got this when I got this calendar, I was, like, really disappointed, because I'm like, oh man, it's like, why License to Kill? But then I kind of grew up and realized, oh yeah, License to Kill is actually a really, really good one. You Only Live Twice, and that's the American release, and of course they have to end with the most recent one at the time, I think. Well, actually, no, this is 2007, so they published it in '06. So there probably would have been a teaser poster, at least something. Here they got a nice collection of them on the back here, to see all of them. But they didn't have one for Casino Royale, so that was kind of interesting not to have that. Yeah, so I guess that's that. Okay. Let's see what else we got up here. Some little trinkets and stuff in here. This is something I made in art class when I was like probably 7, 8 years old. This I got when I went on my first airplane ride to Washington, D.C. in school. We got some foreign currency here, actually. So I think it's, yeah, some kind of euro or something. Same with this. And this is... I don't know if I'm even getting these on camera, sorry. That's a different one. I don't know what this is. This, somebody got me this. Or if, I don't know if it goes... if you're into this, you'll tell me if I'm pointing it the wrong way or not, but I don't know. Dice, some balls. This actually, you remember these? I don't have it with me, but you know, you jump them onto one thing on a little pad, and they bounce into the targets. That's what those are from. I think I remember. This, I have no idea. And this is something church related. I can't even read the writing on that. What's it say? Oh, here it's backwards. Maybe that's why. It's Lutheran something or other. You can kind of see that there. All right, so that's kind of some stuff there. This book, from '07, I'm actually published in this book. It's a collection of, I think it's all from Iowa, kids from Iowa who get, they send in poems and they get them published. I'm in here somewhere. For fun, let's go back and see what I wrote. Should be in here. Peter's, be past that. I'm on 162. I'd rather be... Aha, of course, it was, I was fascinated with James Bond. The greatest spy around. Been on 22 missions. James Bond 007, License to Kill, British Secret Service, the best. Do anything to get better, do it all, blow up anything, save the world, inspire you forever. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Yeah, so that's the first time I've actually ever published. Can't say it's been way too many times since then, but hey, that's a start. Extension cord here. Here's another Euro or some thing. Oh, yes, I know what this is. This is actually from college. I was in another kid's film, and this is a mask you get to wear. I won't put it on now because it really looks good when you put it on, but it's a mask there, kind of a makeshift one. Of course, you can probably tell it was a comedy. Sorry, horror film. That's the Freddy thing. This is a present from my aunt, or aunt, however you want to pronounce it. The World Cinema Definitive History. You got Thelma and Louise on the front cover here. I've never actually... A book this big, I mean, it is hard if you want to, like... It's kind of difficult to just read this thing all the way through, because it's not only is it more than 800 pages, but it's like essays and stuff. Some stuff on stars and directors. I think some producers and stuff, too. I've kind of thumbed through it a couple of times just out of interest, but... yeah, it goes, I think, chronologically. And this is actually inscribed here by my aunt and uncle, too, from 2014. So, and it was actually, part of a graduation gift, too, so that was nice. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could have said I've read it, but that's a lot of stuff. And also, I talked to one of my professors I've got now. He's actually said he's used this book before for some classes, so maybe I might use it for school. Okay. You'll know this, obviously, if you're from late 90s or an early 2000s kid. So, I've got the books here, actually, in the other room. I don't know if we'll get to them or not. Yeah, I was fascinated with Star Wars up until I was fascinated with James Bond, and then I was fascinated with Friday the 13th, and so on. But this is some prequel stuff. Can't defend myself for the amount of love I put into the prequel trilogy for so many years. I've gotten over it. Yes, this is something I wrote, actually for the Green Inferno, which I believe there's a review for that on my channel. It's pretty close to what I wrote about here. Yeah, you can see it was just kind of written up there. We've also got, I wrote this up actually right before The Force Awakens came out. Leads to newest trailer, blah, blah, blah. It was just kind of about how I really appreciated this trailer for not giving every last thing away. Maybe part of the reason why it was going to be one of the biggest films of the year and stuff. So, yeah, these were just published in the local college paper. So, I mean, it's on, I've got the copies here. It's something, so. Anyways, we'll just keep all this stuff down. Oh, yes, this is the same uncle you saw in the book there gave me this. This is Buck Knife. He used to work there, and I think it's just out of the Midwest here, but it's a nice pocket knife. We'll keep it in there for safety's sake. Okay, this is Bridges of Madison County. I don't know what it's doing in here, but it's a nice book. I haven't read it, but again, I think my mom read it, so if few years ago, so she said she really liked it. We'll just put it up there. All right, what else have we got in here? I'm an All-Stater. Okay. High school, I got into the Iowa All-State Choir 2 years out of 4. It's very nice. Only 1% of kids in high school choirs in Iowa get into that choir, so that's something nice. This is Academy history. It's unofficial history, whatever. Here, you can kind of thumb through and get the idea. This is, of course, on the waterfront. I'm fascinated, as you can probably tell, with Oscars, too, now. Bridge over the River Kwai, or on the River Kwai, I should say. French Connection. You know, it goes through and it tells you who won. You know, sometimes it says if there was an upset, like, well, these were actually, I remember, yeah, they said that with Sean Connery that year, they said it was a really tight race where pretty much all of the 5 nominees, and it lists the nominees on this page. Where is supporting actor? It's in here somewhere. I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, any one of those 5 could have won that year, especially for me looking back on it. It really would have been nice to see Albert Brooks win, but I'm not complaining. Sean Connery was brilliant in Untouchables. 96, the year of the Indies, and so on. And then it goes by decade. Oh, yeah, remember that? Yeah, so only goes up to 2009, I think. And this is another, 2010. Okay, they got to 2010. You know, when David O. Russell started up, and we know where he's been ever since. And then, yeah, that's that. So yeah, that's a purchase I bought up in Disney as well. This is that DC trip I was mentioning earlier from 2010. So that's just collection photos and stuff. And I got most of the people on the trip signed it. That's nice. And there's me. And they misspelled Forrest Gump because I was quoting the movie. And yeah. Hold on. Where is it? Look at this nerd. Changing the towels. I remember those. Can't tell you the full story on that. We'll be here forever. But where's the Brady Bunch thing at, man? I know we did. If any of my old buddy. Oh, here. I think this is it. Yes. Okay. So I was one of the only kids in the 8th grade at that time who knew what the Brady Bunch was. And here, I think these are the pictures here, up here. What I did was, we were just sitting out in the hallway one night, all of us, because we were just bored to tears in our rooms. And we all were just thinking up things, ways to entertain ourselves and stuff. There's a nice collection of pictures here from the trip. I just had a bunch of guys and girls come out, and they all danced to the Brady Bunch theme, which I sang. Can't say it was very well, but so. But yeah, and somebody recorded it. It's online somewhere. I don't know if anybody can find it or not. But we just happened to have, and it was, you know, speaking of stuff. This is back in 2010. Speaking of racial equality, it was 4 black guys and 5 white girls, so that's a diverse family there. Just to make that joke, but anyways. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, that's some fun stuff to look through. I mean, it doesn't mean a damn thing to any of you people, but oh well. Some yearbooks from high school. We don't have to go through all those, because I'm missing, actually I have a duplicate copy of one year, and I'm missing one of my years, so I don't, and one of those years actually has me in a high school play in it and stuff, so I don't have that. Trumpet stuff, I used to play the trumpet in high school and middle school and even parts of elementary. What do we got down here? Some old tapes, an old radio thing. What else we got down here? It's a disc, it's probably a blank one. Here, we've got Screenwriter's Bible. I think this was another Christmas or birthday present, but this is actually really nice, detailed look at how to write a screenplay, so that's very nice. We've got some Star Wars books, stuff like that. And Indiana Jones books. Aha! I did not know these were in here. This, as you'll very likely recognize, is the I think it's 95, the last release on VHS of all the original Star Wars films. And this actually was my aunt and uncle's. Not the same aunt and uncle as I've been mentioning here, but this was theirs for the longest time, and I got to inherit them. I actually just asked, and they gave them to me because it's VHS. I mean, and this was back probably 2 or 3 years ago, so they didn't care. So yeah, you can see these obviously. Now these are awesome. I mean, what can you say? They don't have the bullshit CG stuff that Lucas added in later and all that, and it's really, really well done. And actually, the last time I watched these, because I still have a VHS player somewhere or other, so I'm able to watch them and stuff, and it works too. I actually got really emotional because it was the first time I'd seen them in their original formats without the CG, without all that stuff, in years and years. And it makes a difference. It does, seeing it that way. What have we got here? These are unopened Star Wars trivia. Like I said, you'll see a lot of stuff here that kind of overlaps. These are James Bond books on cassette. These are not the unabridged versions. They cut stuff out, which I hate. Just give me the goddamn complete book, please. The same applies to these. These are Patriot Games and Dead of Honor. Some Tom Clancy books. I have those in the other room, I believe, the books. Unused sheriff badges. I don't know. I can't remember what I was... there was a film I was going to do. Didn't get to them. Some more movie trivia stuff. We got some comic book stuff here. Actually, a friend of mine in college said, hey, get into comic books, read Aquaman. So I'm like, okay. And I got through it. I mean, I've tried multiple times to get into comics. It's just not my thing. I've tried that. I have an Avengers book here somewhere. It's actually one of the original, like, the first 10 or 20 issues or whatever in one of those supercut books. I have that floating around here somewhere, but yeah, I've tried, like I said, multiple times to get into comics. I just can't do it. This I saw down here. This is fun. Classic TV cards, and this is the reason I bought it, because it said Brady Bunch on the back. They're just playing cards with various old shows. Yeah, I don't want to have to play 52 card pickup, so we're just going to leave that there. What have we got down here? Oh, cool shirt here, by the way. I got this for Christmas. I did not hit her. I did not. Well, hi, Mark. Yeah, very good. Yeah, these are the VHS players I'm talking about. This is a VHS DVD combo on top here, and this is actually what I just used in the last few months, if you can see this. This is the... it's a VHS to DVD converter. So we just took our old home movies and stuff and I tried to get these. These are why these are in here, sorry. I tried to convert these over, but of course they've got a lockout kind of chip on them or whatever to convert these over to DVD so I could actually, without carrying this damn thing around. And it didn't work. And I looked up how to take the lockout chip out or try to block it and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to, because I would look it up. You'd have to like tear into this stuff and unplug something or redo something, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to risk it not working at all. And so we just used it for old home movies and stuff, so that's why that's there. Okay, that about does it for the room here. Well, this is just something fascinating. Got Never Judge a Book by Its Movie. That's a very nice thing there. I'm working on this actually. These are all the ticket stubs I've had in like the last, I want to say 2 years. Underneath all this stuff. We can actually spend a whole separate video on this if we wanted to, but since what's the date on this? The 22nd of September in 2012, I've been keeping track of what my ticket stubs have been. So we've got Side Effects, Silver Linings Playbook, Jurassic Park in 3D making the top cut, then Spectacular Now, Nebraska, some stuff from 2013, on and on we go. Good stuff here mostly. That's one. It's when they had those bistro theaters for Grand Budapest Hotel. That was very nice. We got there late, so we didn't get any of the food, but that's okay. This is at the college stuff. So they have they had an event series where they had all the Harry Potter movies. So I went to most of them. What else is in here? More Harry Potter. Dumb and Dumber 2. That was on a student $5 night, so that's okay. Okay, this is one of my all-time best. I saw these, as you can see here, back to back. Talk about a double feature. And this is the Fargo Theater in downtown Fargo. Definitely I can recommend if you're in Fargo or in the area. They play just independent movies for the most part, or old classics every once in a while. This is a great theater, and they're independently operated, run on donations and stuff. So, yeah, if you're a big fan of movie and old TV and all that stuff, and they have live people come in and chat, like musicians and stuff, comedians sometimes. If you're in the Fargo area, definitely support Fargo Theater. But yeah, talk about Birdman and Whiplash back to back. That was, I've done, and as you can see here, if you look really close, what I like to do, since I don't live in the cities that these play in, like Council Bluffs or in Fargo, I go to the movies, and I just, what I do is I try to see multiple ones, and I think this is actually my record here. So I went to see, this is all, I'll zoom in so you can see them, the same day, Unbroken, the Angelina Jolie, at 9:15 a.m., then we went on to Big Eyes, The Gambler, terrible, Top 5, which is an underrated movie, and Into the Woods, all in the same day. Yeah, and you can see the ticket prices were a little less expensive back then, but yeah, that's only, 4 years ago now, close to that. Rear Window's a good one. Yeah, like I said, I try to see old stuff and new stuff, so there's like Grease here. It Follows was a good one to see. We got to see that with all the college friends there. Very fun night. We got 2 tickets for Avengers 2, because I don't know why I had to see that one twice. We had, actually on this last page, we had Interstellar back-to-back. I think because I just didn't really figure out what the hell was going on the first time. I'll be honest. That movie has not held up with age, by the way. Yeah, some more stuff here. Let's see, there's a lot of stuff like The Shining and Dracula. Not the same day, I think. No, that was a week apart. Yep. There's some different stuff there. The Martian was a good one to see. Actually, I saw that because that came out right around my birthday. So that was fun. Oh, yes, these were cool. 2 good ones to see. They were separate, but those were good ones. The Exorcist was really fun. But that's really weird. Okay, let me bring up this one for a second. This was a version of The Exorcist I've never seen before. Now, obviously, if you'll know, there's a theatrical cut with this one, and there's a director's cut. The director's cut, it was the director's cut minus 1 or 2 scenes. They took out certain sound effects. It was weird. Like, okay, spoiler alert, sorry for The Exorcist if you haven't seen it, but there's a scene when Father Merrin first appears, and he comes to the house, and he walks in, and he greets, what's his name? Damien, or whatever his name is, the other priest he's working with, and you hear from upstairs, Merrin! Really loud. When I saw the movie, Father Merrin walks in, he greets Damien or whoever. I want to say Damien, but I know it's something else. Or it is Damien, isn't it? Yeah, whatever. I'm going to read the book pretty soon, I think, but I haven't seen the movie in a while. And then there's that moment where they yell Merrin from upstairs in the room. It's, silent. Nothing happens. And everybody, because it's like a jump moment, so everybody in the house jumps up, and and there were a lot of people actually in the theater who had never seen the movie before. So they were like freaking out. They're like, wait, what's going on? And they didn't get it. So, yeah. They were also really loud during the movie, so that sucked. Some of these, the wear and tear has gone on here. Like, this is Sully in IMAX, which is one of the more recent ones I have here. I can't even read what that is there. Don't Breathe. Okay. Part? Oh, Sausage Party. That's what that is. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom in as close as I can so you can read it too, but it's not working. Oh, Light Between Oceans. That was kind of an interesting one to see. And then they had a good one here. They had Night of the Living Dead, Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street, the originals. Those were good to see. They had Halloween that year. I didn't make it to that one, but I did see Halloween actually this fall during a re-release, so that was cool. Not much else here. This is like a salt and pepper shaker. Hollywood. I can't remember where I got this from. Probably Branson, Missouri or something. Alright, well, that's about it for in here. So let's actually go out here. It's kind of late at night, so we're not going to be too loud here. See, this is the basement here. So this is where we film the Oscar videos. I sit here, camera goes out here, something like that. Okay, so these are the books I'm talking about here. We're gonna just kind of go through them quick. A lot of Tom Clancy stuff up top here. Series of Unfortunate Events. I read those as a kid. All the James Bond books there. We've got some John Grisham stuff here. Gone Girl's a good book. Read that one. And I'm actually reading the those books too, on and off. A Brooke Shields autobiography. Those are fun. Stephen King stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, what did I want to show over here? Yeah, we've got some more stuff over here. Games and stuff. Call of Duty's there for whatever reason. My brother's. Let's look in here. We've got some kind of reject stuff here. Some DVDs. Like, I don't think this is alphabetical or in any particular order here, but we've got some really kid movies and stuff. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, which I have another copy of that somewhere. Revenge of the Sith and some other stuff. March of the Penguins, which I think the DVD is actually missing from that. Talladega Nights is one we watched over and over again. Jumanji is in there. I think those are blanks, but yeah. So that's all that. I think we got some games in. Oh, not that one. It's in one of these. Checkers and a hat back there. We got the PS4 is up at college with me, but I think the 360 is around here somewhere. We got some games for it at least. Cars 2 has to be one of my siblings' games. That one's mine. That one is not. PS3 game. I got like Grand Theft Auto 4 and a couple of those up at college. Like a wrestling game, which was really fun, and got a lot of the Lego games here. So that's fun. Alright, and what do we got down here? Wii games, like Wii Sports, comes with the console and all that. Deathly Hallows, Lego thing. Yeah, going through these. Wii Resort's fun. Just Dance is my sister's, Super Mario is my sister's, and Epic Mickey is my sister's. She obsessed over these for like a week and then gave up on them, as all kids do. So we're going over here now. Ping pong stuff. Now look at this. Prepare yourselves here. This, I can actually shut the door here so we can actually, it'll be a little claustrophobic for me, but that's okay. We'll get through it. This, in all words, in all meanings of the words, is a fucking mess. There's no other word to describe it here. So I'm actually going to stop this for a minute and I'll clean up a little bit so we can kind of get to everything, but just kind of survey this first so you can kind of get the idea of what I have to go through here. Like, look at all this stuff down here. I mean, it's just, there's no breathing room for anything here. I mean, oh, God. Okay. Well, first of all, we're not going to get to these because, I mean, obviously we need to set up the projector and stuff. But this is Kodak carousel stuff. You know, the stuff you put on wheels. And I think there's a couple, actually the actual boxes down there that you put them in. This stuff, of course, is still photos from the 60s, 70s, might even have some from the late 50s. And this is my grandparents and my parents when they were kids. And their siblings, so, well, my mom, actually, it's her side of the family. So, we're planning on doing something with this, just in the family personally. Like, we're thinking of maybe getting a photo, like, on digital or something, like, you know, on a computer or whatever. Blowing it up big and then framing it and then, you know, giving it as a gift to all the relatives on that side of the family who are relevant that would want something like that. So in the meantime, since it is kind of big and there's so much stuff, we're kind of just warehousing it here for the moment. I don't know where the screen is. The screen is MIA, but it's a big screen. It's one of those pull-down, you know, screens they used to have. Anyway, so yeah, if you've seen, if you're an old person, you know what these are. I think they're all the same brand and everything. Maybe that one isn't, but that's just the old Kodak thing. Okay. Anyway, so this might take a couple minutes here, but I'll get back to this. we're going to go through, there's DVDs here, there's VHS tapes here. I don't think there's anything else, but as far as I know, we're not going to run into any beta tapes or any, cassette tapes that, that you would play on a cassette player or an 8-track or anything like that. As far as I know, we're not going to get into that. It's an ironing board, but this is kind of, this is, and also we'll see like reject DVDs. Like if I have like look down here actually for a second, you can see the Star Wars. This is like the 2003 or 2004 re-release on DVD. Since I have, well, they're not actually in the collection right now, but the Blu-rays for those, I dumped all those. You can see, I think you can see the Phantom Menace there, and Attack of the Clones is right by it. So yeah, if I get something like that, if I get a collection and the individual ones are, already purchased, then I'll just kind of chuck them in here or whatever. But so yeah, we'll have stuff like that. We'll have some stuff here like that is recorded off of TV. I think it's the Friday the 13th stuff on AMC, the channel AMC, not the theater chain. Because it was really interesting because I caught it once and I saw that they had changed, they'd made some edits and stuff, and they actually included some stuff that was not in the original footage, and it's like just B-roll and stuff like that. So I'm like, I've got to record that. I've got to see, as much as I can of the outtakes and stuff, whatever they include, because obviously if you've seen the movies, there's stuff that is inappropriate for television. So they have to cut around that. Something just fell down, so I'm gonna get the hell out of here, and I'm gonna get this fixed up a little bit. We'll be back in a minute.